So that's Marcus. Oh, who's Marcus? I met Marcus about a year ago on the internet. Hey, don't judge. That's how I met you on the internet, on the YouTube. Marcus and I are in school together. We are both in the StrongFit mentorship program in the same group. Group 2. Group 2 is the best, by the way, just saying. So for about a year now, I've known that Marcus exists, but I had the opportunity to meet him in Utrecht in the last vlog. If you haven't seen that, then click the card and watch the last vlog, because this is like a soap opera and you need to follow along. Subscribe. So, what was I saying? I forget. Fuck. My battery's gonna die too. Wrong state. So a few days after I got home from Utrecht, I had a dream that Marcus and I were pushing a sled together, which is really interesting because I never remember my dreams and I never pushed the sled. So obviously that was a sign. And in fact, we've learned this from Julian, that if you have a dream, the very first thing that comes to mind when you wake up, that's what you need to address. So that's where this message comes in. I had a dream last night that I was pushing a sled with you. Dude! Turns out that Marcus also likes to avoid pushing the sled. Now, I can't speak for Marcus, but I can tell you that I personally would rather clean out all the toilets in Grand Central Station with my tongue than push a sled. To make a long story short, Marcus and I decided that I should go to Germany to push a sled with him. I'm not going to say anything else because you have to watch this vlog, but I'm going to warn you, there's so much stuff that it's a 2-part vlog. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, it's a 20-minute vlog. It's going to take me forever and a dick just to watch it. Dude, it took me like forever and a dick to edit it. So, you know, if you watch it, that would be like nice. Welcome to CrossFit Regensburg. Look at how everything's color coordinated and everything goes into the proper sections. And look at the tape.
Roman soldier with a bionic arm. In the background here, you see Regensburg. What we have here is our war banner attached to a barbell.
First day I arrived, I had had 3 hours of sleep on the airplane and got suckered into a group class, which would have been great had it not involved a 1-mile run, because, well, I run never. So the only reason why I did the run was to impress Marcus, and apparently he was impressed. But now he knows I will not do that again, ever. Also, he fixed my technique on sandbag cleans, and that was a win. Oh, and ice cream, that was also a win for us during every eating window. Turns out that Zaterdag is Dutch and not German. Oops. Oh, ootoo-dee-doo! In case you're wondering, ootoo-dee-doo is outfit of the day. That's how I say it. So for example, this is my ootoo-dee-doo, and you can see it has holes in the shoulders. So it's a really great representation of my clavicles. Can you see them? How about now? Marcus had a yoke in his gym, so I got to play with that. Now notice when I stand up how I deviate to the right side. That's because the left external oblique is weaker, and so is the right glute med, right inner hamstring, and glute max. Watch again. It's subtle. It's improved a lot. Now Marcus is checking to make sure the left upper trap is not shrugging up. I tried both the wider snatch grip and the narrower one. Narrow was easier for me because I always do handstands. Wide was hard, so I should do it more often. And this is obviously internal torque. Pecs and teres in the overhead position need to be engaged. He kept moving my ponytail to make sure I wasn't using my upper traps because historically I like to use the left one. Then we tried the legless rope climb, but Marcus challenged me to do it right off the ground with straight legs, which was really hard. When you do it with straight legs, that means you're using mostly the psoas, but when you bend your legs, you can cheat a bit using your rectus femoris.
Yeah, see? Way better.
Oh, this looks ethereal. Then Marcus had an idea.
Let's go to the global gym.
Wait, I'm confused. Oh, it's because you moved.
Put that into the move.
Once I figured out how to get into the machines, we did cyclical knee extensions. So it's internal torque on the concentric, focusing on the VMO, external torque on the eccentric. Seated hamstring curl, cyclical. So you can see I keep my toes pointed to knock out the gastroc so that I'm focusing more on the inner hamstring. This is a reverse origin insertion leg press machine. You can see that I'm also targeting my psoas on the right leg. So I'm killing 2 flies with 1 shoe here. This is mimicking a pistol squat, and I'm going as deep as my mobility permits. Okay, that's enough. So we're building internal torque right now, and you'll notice we do everything unilateral in internal torque. And you can see I'm palpating my pec to make sure it stays engaged through the full range of motion.
What Sarah's doing here, she's targeting her weaker side of the teres major, making sure she's in full IT, the whole chain, hamstrings, butt, and she's focused on her breathing as well. She can't focus that well. And now she's doing isolating hold.
It's an advanced training technique. So advanced.
Good job. I shouldn't do that, right?
You should do all of the voiceovers.
Nice. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Nice. That was parallel. Okay, what we see here are an assortment of fine logs along this bridge, and you see people actually, couples, engraving their names in it as a sign of their true love.
And what river is this?
It's the Danube.
It's the cathedral.
Dome Bridge.
How old is it?
Oh, so fucking old.
It's the oldest stone bridge in Europe.
Yes, it is.
It's 872 years old. The bridge. Wedgie. Marcus had this idea that I should do a handstand in front of the Regensburg Cathedral, which just also happened to be in front of 200 people. So I started out in the wrong state, but then ended up in the right state. And then we had ice cream. There's the evidence.
Show off.
Excuse you! Marcus claims there's a difference between the green and red apple Tic Tacs.
Green. Fuck!
But is there a difference between
I
those?
think there's a difference.
Oh, because now I can't see color?
Less. Close your eyes.
Okay, they're closed.
Good.
I can't see the color in my mouth, so you don't have to put your hand. That's the green one.
You're right. I'll let you win.
I practiced.
I'll let you win.
There's a taste difference.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't used to the pressure being on the camera, you know.
Bullshit.
I just keep on filming.
Subscribe.
Marcus knows that I'm an intermittent faster. I mean, that's my whole brand. So he decided that he would do intermittent fasting with me, and he ended up loving it. We broke our fast at 4 p.m. almost every single day, and well, we followed the ice cream diet, so that just basically means we would eat ice cream every day during our eating window. Don't judge, but I lost 5 pounds on the ice cream diet, but that's because I was eating in the right state. And you can click that card up there to watch the video where I explain what it means to eat in the correct state. Welcome to Saturday. I think that's Saturday. That's my ooh-tooty-doo. Ooh-tooty-doo. So we're doing a hinging workshop. These are the coaches. And there's the spine. It doesn't really move enough to demonstrate, but you can see here the posterior pelvic tilt, which is what we want. What we don't want to happen is the anterior pelvic tilt. You don't want to see the spine extending in the lumbar region. It's an anterior pelvic tilt because the pelvis is tipped like this. I like to think of the pelvis as a bucket of water. So an anterior tilt, all the water would pour forward out of the pelvis. And with a posterior tilt, which is what we want when we hinge, all the water is going to pour backwards out of the pail. So that's what we want to think of when we're hinging. Are we pouring the water out behind us? How not to hinge. So you don't want to be in an anterior pelvic tilt, which is what you see CrossFitters and fitness models always doing, going like this. So we actually purposely want an ugly bump when we hinge. So you can see I'm keeping it tucked as I go down. It's still tucked. And then I'm keeping it tucked, pouring the water out of the pail behind me on the way back up. This is how I used to do it. And then you would see my low back extend as I would come up. What we want is to keep the lumbar spine completely frozen throughout the entire range of motion. Do you know how to freeze your lumbar spine? Do you know what muscles freeze your lumbar spine? The camera cut out. Okay, so the answer is you freeze your lumbar spine by engaging your
external obliques.
If this is locked, what can move? Exactly. The thoracic spine can now move.
So when you engage your external obliques, it freezes the lumbar spine so it can't move, which means the thoracic spine can move. So that means the mobility of your external obliques will determine your thoracic spine mobility, which will determine your overhead mobility.
See how far forward I can come? You should feel like you're gonna fall forward and knock your teeth out when you're doing it.
Next, cyclical air squats. Watch.
Like twerking, like because you're going like forward and then back, and then forward and then back.
So one person told me she was having knee pain as she would shoot her knees outward on the way down.
Because when you use the vastus lateralis eccentrically, it actually hurts like a bitch. Coming more forward, like that. So it's like you're walking forward and then back. Knees forward, knees back. Instead of the cue, knees out, knees in. And that helps. What do you think? Is it a little bit better?
Yeah.
Next, I'm explaining why I prefer doing air squats, hinging, and a lot of my training in bare feet.
Because that also helps me increase my awareness. Because the foot is directly contacting the ground like that, I can really get a connection in my inner hamstrings better. And it also shows you your true mobility. You can't cheat with a bit of a heel.
Next, I'm going to explain why I don't recommend cueing joint position for coaching exercises. I mean, because, you know, at the end of the day, muscles drive joint position, not the other way around. Watch.
My knees are always a little bit inside.
That's okay.
That's okay, because the old school says the knees.
Ignore the old school. So what Julian teaches is state versus action. If you are in the correct state, then your action will be correct, and it doesn't matter what your body looks like, because you're in the right state, therefore your action is correct regardless of where your joints are in space. It's correct for you. So you don't have to worry about old school cueing, because at the end of the day, muscles determine what your joint position will be, not the other way around. So as long as you have the correct torque and the correct breathing, there's a strong chance you have the correct state. And when you have the correct state, there's a strong chance you're going to be moving properly with the correct action. So when I do the barbell squat, I'm like, I grunt.
Next, Yvonne asked me to explain acyclical squats, such as heavy barbell back squats, and ET action breathing.
The action breathing, we call it salsa. This sounds like salsa. What you heard me doing was going like, so that helps us to generate tension. So notice where I need that in a heavy squat. This is where I need help. So I need to generate tension. Now we're at the sticking point where we transition between IT and ET. That's when you grunt. So use this to help you get the tension you need, and then the to help you transition from IT to ET. For external torque, you want to do the action breathing. So even if I were doing really heavy side delt raises, that's external torque, I would go
Next, I clarify the difference between rep schemata for cyclical internal torque versus acyclical external torque movements.
15 to 25 reps I would be doing for internal torque. Whereas with external torque, it's heavy. You're doing maybe 5 reps at most. If you can do more than 5 reps, then the weight you're using is not heavy enough.
Next, so I took Coachy through openers, because openers with Sarah are fun, and then he took me through a vigorous, intense workout, intense like camping intense. We kick things off with the external oblique opener. Notice the kettlebell is up in the air because his external obliques are on, and I'm palpating his internal torque chain muscles to make sure they are on like Donkey Kong. And of course, he is breathing properly. Hammer curls, but we use the pec stick to help us engage the short head of the bicep, the pec major, and the teres major through the full range of motion that we have. Coachy and I both have a weak right glute med. Actually, we have the same pattern of imbalances. Very convenient. So we're focusing on clamshells for the glute med, and we also did Jefferson openers. This is targeting his right glute med, the way he's doing it. I'm cueing him to push into my hands to keep a big chest, sit back. He's more histrionic than I am. Ready? We've got heavy sandbags, pylons, farmer's bars, and bare feet.
Pick it up, walk there, walk back.
So the sandbags go from that pylon to that pylon, and do they come back?
Exactly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I get to that pylon,
Yeah, you could drop it.
do I drop the bars and just turn my body around, or do I actually try and turn around my whole body?
Have you seen the instructional video
Yes.
of Julian?
Yes.
It's like it's a boat and not a car.
Yeah.
This is how you should approach it, like slowly, and then you actually start walking before you turn around. Because when you turn around fully and then walk, you're like,
You just keep going.
yeah, you're like, fuck, I have to go there, but I'm going there. So.
Pay attention to my breathing. I exhale through pursed lips with the right foot. Inhale through the nose with the left foot.
Good job. Yeah, grip it. Awesome.
I learned how to identify deleterious movement patterns by watching myself in slow motion.
Coachy noticed I kept curling the sandbag, so he tried to teach me properly.
Triceps, triceps. Yeah. Triceps, triceps. Better. Good, good. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, it was better. That's enough. That's enough. I'm sorry, you get to carry that back now.
Pay attention to Marcus's gait, because I'm going to explain exactly what's going on here in a moment.
200 pounds here, 90 kilograms. Marcus's right leg is the weaker leg. So you notice he has faster steps with the stronger leg, the left leg.
The stronger leg, when you are walking, is the one that's going to be taking shorter amplitude and faster steps. So it would look like this. So this is going to allow you to decrease the stance time on the weaker leg.
It's your turn.
Many of the members at CrossFit Regensburg saw me doing handstands, so there was a request for me to teach a handstand workshop. But you'll have to stay tuned for part 2 of this vlog for the handstand workshop.
Fuck.
This is to test within 10 seconds which external oblique and psoas are weaker. So you're gonna get as far away from it, like, see how far away I am?
Yeah.
And we're going to plow over. And we're gonna try and get our legs as close to the bar as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Which foot is higher?
This one.
Yep, because guess what? My psoas and external oblique are weaker on that side. Next, a German guy taste tests BSM protein bars. You can't get these in Europe.
This is vanilla and it tastes exactly like Rice Krispie Squares, which you've never had because you're from Germany. These are s'mores.
S'mores?
You will want some more.
What's a s'more?
You know what s'mores are?
It's a graham cracker, melt a marshmallow. Your toasted marshmallows,
No.
you flame, and you have a stick, preferably not metal. Yeah, and you nuke the marshmallow. Marshmallows are actually ghost poo. So that's some more. This is peanut butter crunch flavor.
Already.
If you like peanut butter, let me tell you, this is peanut butter.
See what you did there? The peanut butter? The peanut
Yeah.
butter?
I see it. Have you ever heard of Reese's Pieces?
Yes.
Like E.T. phone home?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so you know that flavor of the peanut butter candy inside? Yeah, it's exactly like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Salted toffee pretzel.
It's so random.
So good. Better than Captain Crunch.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have chocolate. One of the top 10 reasons to be reincarnated. All the other reasons are not important. I open one and you open a different one and we share.
I want this one. Which one will you
I don't blame you. This is a mouth present. We waited until 4:12 p.m. to break our fast.
Prost.
Post. Something good.
Where's the protein in there?
It's in there.
It doesn't taste like a protein bar.
Oh God, get in me. Oh, so good.
This is not a protein bar. That's not the protein bars that I know. It doesn't even have this aftertaste.
No.
It's like, ha! Gotcha! You thought it was tasty and I like aftertaste. No, it's not.
No. No.
No, it's not. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, okay. Let's go.
I told you.
It is Presley, but not in a rude way. Oh my god. I don't want this to end.
And you just thought I was being histrionic about it on the interwebs. No, it really is that good. Hits you right in the tasticles.
It's pretty good. See how I enjoy it?
See how I inhaled it?
Thank you for that
You're welcome.
nice experience in my mouth.
I just wanted to thank all of the members at CrossFit Regensburg for embracing me. I had an amazing time. I can't wait to go back. Thank you for letting me teach the workshops, for letting me join your group classes, and for speaking English, because my German is furchtbar. Servus, mein Name ist Sarah. And a huge thank you to Marcus. Seriously, dude, I had the time of my life, and I can't wait to do it again. Ooh, wanted to let you know that I'm teaching a live workshop September 22nd, 23rd in Toronto. This is going to be an Intro to StrongFit workshop, and I'm teaching it with Coach Gus. There will be many all-star guests from the StrongFit team at this workshop, as well as many of my Team SS members. I'm so freaking excited for this. There's a chance that maybe Marcus will be there. Just, let him know in the comments below you want to see him there. I put the link to the workshop in the description box below me. But don't delay in signing up because we only have a few spots left. Thanks for tuning into this vlog. I hope you learned a thing or two, or 3 or 4. And also feel free to comment below or ask questions and stuff. And make sure you do subscribe so that you will be notified when part 2 of this vlog launches, because you don't want to miss part 2. I'll see you in part 2. Bye. Okay, that's enough.